Am I making enough art? A question that never gets answered permanently. What I mean by that is that some days I feel really good about the amount of work that I've put out in that week or that month or that year. But then there are days where it just feels like, wow, I haven't made shit this week or this month or this year. The question gets answered depending entirely on how you're feeling about yourself sometimes. I was recently asking myself this question the week before my birthday, and my birthdays have kind of become reflection days more than anything. A time where I kind of just look back at what I've accomplished for that year and either pat myself on the back or scold myself for not doing enough, or a cocktail of both of those, to be honest. By the way, hello, my internet friends. I'm guessing you're here because you're either an artist who asks themselves this question regularly, or you thought this random artist on YouTube had the right answer to what the perfect amount of art you should be making is. So I hope I don't disappoint. So during this art talk, I've included a recording of me working on a comic book panel for my comic book Onion City Chronicle that I really need to pick up the pace on so that I can start putting it out on Webtoons. I have like 4 or 5 pages up on Webtoons. If you want to check it out, feel free. But more is coming, trust me. Anywho, so the epiphany I sort of had when it came to this question of, am I making enough art, is that the question really is kind of incomplete. The answer to this question as it currently is, well, that depends. Now you're wondering, depends on what? Well, it depends on what your greater goal is. Like, if my goal is to complete a comic book in 45 days, then the answer to whether or not I'm making enough art to reach that goal becomes crystal clear. It's just like a numbers game at that point. Am I making enough pages? Am I making enough panels to fill enough pages, etc.? If my goal is to be able to draw freehand with no reference, completely from a vast memory bank of imagery, like Kim Jong-gi, for example, then you should be drawing everything all the time for like 40 years straight. Because that's the cheat code to be Kim Jong-gi, basically. If you didn't know that, now you have the cheat code. Talk to me in 40 years, you'll get there, friend. If my goal is to get really good at acrylic painting, well, I'm guessing you might have to make some bad ones. You might have to make 10 bad paintings, make 10 mediocre ones, then maybe 10 solid ones will come before you're really satisfied with your ability. And maybe that's too small a number. Maybe you won't be satisfied with your ability for like a while. It all depends really. If your greater goal is having a high creative productivity for that week, that month, or that year, then you could probably achieve that by at least doodling daily. Like doodling will lead to serious drawing, which could lead to more rendered work in the end. Making anything with your hands is essentially achieving a creative productivity goal. But, the moral of the story is that your greater goal will determine if you're making enough art or not, and really nothing else. But even with that said, we all tend to beat ourselves up so much when it comes to this question. And I know how it goes with social media. I know it a lot, actually. Social media, if you follow a lot of artists there, it could be so depressing and make you feel like shit sometimes, because every day there will be art of some sort shared by numerous artists who seem to have everything way more figured out than you do, from both the creative and business side. And man, some days the flood of art on social media might make you feel inspired or motivated, but more times than not, it makes you feel like you're not doing enough. And I'm saying that to myself as much as I am to you guys, if not more. It can mess with you mentally and emotionally, and sometimes you just need to disconnect, yo. So remember this, enough art is relative to your greater goals, and don't let social media stress you, because we shouldn't be creating just to chase the social media posting quota. I hate that posting quota, but we're all dealing with it in our own ways. Don't let it stress you. Don't let these hoes stress you. Till next time, friends. Peace. So you actually stuck around, huh? You think you better than everybody, huh? Well, you are, man. You are. I'm just playing, man. Just a guy that plays too much, you know? If you made it this far, you probably know this is the Patreon shout-out section where I thank my patrons for holding me down. There ain't many of you. There could be more, you know? Check me out, bruh. $1 a month, support your boy. $3 a month, you might get something out of it. 5? You might really get something out of it. But 10? Oh man, we pretty much go together at that point. Check me out. Till next time. Peace.